Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. You're watching Advait, the fourth Umpire, and today we'll be talking about a team that has a huge fan base over the last 18 years in the IPL. You know who I'm talking about, the Royal Challengers Bangalore. So of course, this team is loved by a lot of people as well, and every year before the start of the IPL, there's always a question for them. Will this year be the year? Will they finally win the IPL? So all these questions are always there, and yes, the fans have been eagerly waiting for an IPL. This is obviously the dynasty, the home ground of King Kohli. King Kohli's been playing for this team ever since he's made his debut in the IPL. He's the only player to be playing for the same franchise for all of 18 seasons of the IPL. So definitely there's a lot to look out for. And to answer the question, would this year be that year? Please watch this video. So what are the changes? Of course, Faf du Plessis, the captain from last season, has been released ahead of the auction, and they did retain Rajat Patidar, and he is now their new skipper. They've appointed him, they've put faith in him, they've put a lot of trust in him, and they want to see if they can go ahead with Rajat Patidar. And yes, he has experience in the domestic league as well. He, captain Madhya Pradesh in the size Mustaq Ali Trophy, did really well, took them to the finals as well. Unfortunately, missed out towards the end, but Rajat Patidar is well and capable. He seems like a very calm and composed leader. I could see his personality being quite the opposite of Virat Kohli as well, because Virat Kohli was more aggressive, more passionate. But I feel Rajat Patidar is more cool, calm. I can get the vibe of a more MS Dhoni type leadership or a Kane Williamson type leadership. So that could work out for RCB. They need to change. I feel like Faf was kind of in the middle of both as well. Whereas Rajat Patidar is polar opposite of Virat Kohli in my opinion. But it could be a good thing for RCB as well. So of course, RCB picked up a lot of good prospects ahead of the auction, and according to that, this is my best playing 12 for RCB as well. So their opening combination is definitely going to be Virat Kohli and Phil Salt, no doubt about that. In my opinion, I'm going to call this the fire salt combination, because Virat Kohli is definitely aggressive like that and plays like fire. And after that, you have Rajat Patidar at number 3, your captain, then Liam Livingston, Jitesh Sharma, Krunal Pandya, then you have Tim David, Rasik Dar, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Josh Hazelwood, Yash Dayal, and as my impact sub player, Devdutt Padikkal. So this playing 12 is definitely very unique in some sense, because they do have a lot more players in the ranks as well, like Suya Sharma or Jacob Bethel, and there could be a difference in opinion while deciding the squad for RCB. So I think all of the people would be agreeing with me that Virat Kohli and Phil Salt should open for RCB. That's a no-brainer as well. So I shouldn't be arguing about that. Virat Kohli's numbers in the IPL are just superb. He's had his second best season last season, and he's coming off a decent Champions Trophy as well. He had a 100 against Pakistan in the Champions Trophy. And Phil Salt, he's an all-time, not an all-time yet, but currently he's a class player. He's a good aggressive player, and he knows how to play according to the situation. So there's not much discussion there. And Patidar, so the reason I put Patidar at number 3 is because for someone getting early with your Indian batsman, and he can play in the start, he can play towards the end. So I see him more playing of a dual role, depends on the situation. So he can come in early and play a slow game, take the game deep. Of course, Kohli does it as well, but just in case Kohli misfires, Kohli gets out earlier on, Patidar can come take the game deep, or if he comes to in the middle, like let's say the 10th overs example, he can take on his game from then onwards and just take it to further situation. Number 4, Liam Livingston. Liam Livingston hasn't had the best of the IPL 2024 for the Punjab Kings. But, he's seeking that form. He's been still being consistent internationally as well. So, and in a ground like Swami, anything can happen. So you cannot really judge a player's form in that ground. I think everyone could realistically do their best there. At number 3, Jitesh Sharma. Jitesh Sharma also is someone seeking form. He didn't have the best of IPLs last season as well. But I think, before that as well, he's done really well for the Punjab Kings and obviously made himself a name in the Indian side at a point. And now he's also seeking for runs and seeking for such form. And at Chinnaswamy could be his den where he can look for those runs. After that, I put Krunal Pandya. So Krunal Pandya is my lone spinner along with Liam Livingston, of course. I didn't include Suya Sharma in the squads because, when you're playing at home at Chinnaswamy, right, it's better to include more pacers. And I feel like the pacers in RCB's depth have different variations and different types. It reminds you of the 2022 Sunrisers bowling as well, where they had 4 different paces with 4 different variations. So I wanted to indulge that. And Krunal Pandya, forget about the batting as well. Just as a spin bowler, he's very capable and able, and alongside that, Liam Livingston is also there to help out. I'm not saying Livingston would have the same effect as a all-time spinner, but he is knacky enough to help out. And yeah, I have Tim David after that. I chose Tim David over Jacob Bethel because I think Tim David is more proven at this point in the IPL, playing for the Mumbai Indians. Bethel could obviously do a great job for the IPL, for RCB in the IPL as well, but we just don't know that. It's just an unknown factor, whereas Tim David is guaranteed performance as well. Now, my four pacers, I want to talk about all these four pacers together and a bit of them individually. So, Rasik Dar, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Josh Hazelwood, Yash Dayal. So, my strategy for that is because I feel like all these four pacers are unique in their own way. Bhuvi is a swing king, swing master, starting up with the power play. Yash Dayal is quite similar, but it's a left arm option, so that is definitely unique for them. Josh Hazelwood is very good at seaming the ball. At this point of time, he's the best at seam placement alongside Mohammad Shami as well. So I can do that. And Rasik Dar at the death did amazing for Delhi Capitals last year. So it's very important that you get your lengths right in the death, and I feel like Rasik Dar could play that role. So with these four pacers, how Patidar decides to, vary between these four pacers and, the spin between Krunal Pandya and Rajat Patidar is definitely going to be one thing to watch out for. My impact sub should be Devdutt Padikkal. I think recent form he's been doing really well. Of course, in this recent cycle, he hasn't had the best of IPLs, but both Rajasthan are locked now. But off of domestic form and, in the practice games as well, he's done really well. So no doubt about putting him into the squad, and I'm feeling very confident because he started off at RCB, might as well still look good for them. So this team, which built a new core, a new aura around Patidar, should always rally around him. That's normal, that's common. I said the same thing in the Mumbai video as well. But here, if their openers, if what Virat Kohli and Phil Salt can recreate what they did with Virat Kohli and Faf last year, the last 2 years, then that main step could be solved. That's the first step of the puzzle. Then after that, you need your middle order to be striking, because as of now, their middle order is kind of seeking for runs. Liam Livingston and Ritesh Sharma. I'd still prefer them after Patidar, but let's say if the middle order is not firing and still looking for problems, then you can hold back Patidar for a bit more, put him at number 2 or number 3 if the middle order doesn't strike. But at Chinnaswamy ground, it should be really well. And with their bowlers, if they have, they should, I think one key thing for Royal Challengers Bangalore this season is that if they can, vary their bowlers and their pace bowlers in terms of who should bowl when, and if Patidar can smartly decide that, okay, my first over Bhuvi, my second over Dayal, then maybe back to Bhuvi, then going to Hazelwood. If he can, smartly decide that and get, minimize the amount of runs the opposition is scoring, that'll be amazing, and that'll do RCB wonders. And they do have a good handy amount of bowlers, with all 4 bowlers very different. Honestly, it reminds me of Sunrisers bowling 2022. The only reason they didn't qualify that season is because of the batting, and RCB never have a problem with the batting, so it's always the bowling, the spin bowling as well. And if Krunal Pandya can try recreating what Yuzi Chahal recreated for them, that will all help. So that their bowling departments, and I think this bowling lineup has a chance this year. They do have variety in their ranks, they do have flair in the ranks as well, so it shouldn't be a problem. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you all like this video. Please put it down in the comment section down below what you all want to see, and please like and subscribe, share this to everyone else. I'll see you all in the next one.